Welcome to the High Vibe Soul Podcast, a space where we discuss personal growth, spirituality, motherhood, relationships, and shifting old paradigms so that you can live your most authentic, soul-aligned life. I'm your host, Lyndsey, and I founded the High Vibe Soul Company to empower women and support them in becoming their highest, brightest selves. From my light to yours, I am so grateful you're here. Hello, my loves. Welcome to your March energy forecast. This is very likely going to be my last energy forecast for, I don't know how long, like at least a month or two. We'll see, because my baby girl is due sometime in these next, likely I'm feeling 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, I'm just going to take postpartum however it comes. Every time is so different for me. I do get the sense that this time I'm going to need more rest than I ever have before. And I really just want to relish this newborn phase, because my third child, we were just like in survival mode because we had 3 kids in 4 years and it was just so intense. I feel like I didn't even get to enjoy her. And I barely remember her first year. It's so sad, but it's true. And this one, I just want to soak in every single moment. So I don't know when I'm going to be creating more videos and energy updates and meditations and all the things after she's born. I'm just going to take it day by day, week by week, and see how I'm feeling. So just know that these next few episodes are very likely going to be my last. I have a ton of new meditations coming on my website, thehighvibesoulco.com. Ton, especially if you are either wanting to get pregnant, if you are pregnant yourself, if you're going through IVF. I'll probably do some postpartum. I've got a lot in that arena because that's where I'm at right now. But then I have all kinds of other meditations. Like I just released the Starting a New Cycle meditation, which is so perfect because we started our whole new cycle on February 17th. Highly recommend doing that one. It's really, really powerful. Okay, so let's get into your energy update. The first thing I saw when I was meditating on the energy of March, for anyone that's listening, was just sort of this like wavy energy. It was like I was in an ocean and I was just riding these kind of choppy waves. And I was like, that's interesting. The angel said, you might feel like, I don't know how things can possibly get any crazier, whether it's in the world, in your community, or how much more you can take with the divisiveness, with how loud the media has gotten, whether it's, social media or news media, whatever it is, all of it kind of being in your face. You're just be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how much more I can take. I'm starting to feel very frazzled if you're not already. The angels want to reassure you that this is all by design and you are more aware than many people if you're listening to this. And even if you temporarily get caught up in the swirl and the frenzy of whatever is going on in the world, they want to reassure you that nothing can throw you off your center. And this is your month to really set the foundation for your center, mind, body, and spirit. So they said, when things get louder, don't meet them with more loudness, with more noise. Meet it with love. Meet it with curiosity. Meet it by standing in your power. Meet it by going inward to clear any distortion, any stress, any anxiety you're feeling, and then feel into your heart, feel into your truth. They said this is your version of a peaceful rebellion when you do this. And then they also said there are some of you who are meant to make more noise. You're meant to really share your truth a bit more loudly when you have it in your heart space after you've tuned in. But they said don't share based on mimicking something that you heard or taking on someone else's truth. Share after you have cleared your energy and gone into your heart and gone into a mindful space and really felt into what is my truth. The angel said, take time and stillness to just really tune in to your highest self, to your soul's voice, and stabilize yourself. That's going to be huge this month. They also mentioned the eclipse, which I'm not super well versed in what's going on with eclipse season. I'm not one of those people that like pays a lot of attention to it, because I feel like it's one of those things in the spiritual world that gets so overhyped, and I don't know. I know there's some truth to it for sure, and I definitely resonate with astrology, but I feel like it can become a which came first, the chicken or the egg, where you hear about something and you're like, oh, this is the energy that's going to happen, and then you like manifest that, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't pay eclipses a whole lot of attention, but they did mention the eclipse season, and we know that that can churn up a lot of emotion, and it can also make things like move a little more quickly. So, stabilizing yourself is going to be so important. And then I was looking at the numerology for this month, and we are in a collective 4 month. And I'm like, oh, of course, because 4 is all about stability. It's all about foundation, strengthening your foundation, a lot of hard work, organization, being practical, routines, slowing down, being more patient, discipline. Spring cleaning, even mind, body, spirit was coming through when I was tuning into the energy of a 4 numerology month. So that is the overarching themes for you to really remember as we go into March. I did your oracle card pulls just a minute ago, and 4 themes popped up for you. The first one is the uncharted sea, and this is the Oracle of the 7 Energies by Colette Baron-Reid. The key themes for this are stepping into the unknown without a map, moving beyond your comfort zone, choosing to do things differently, trusting in the ebb and flow of life, being in the dark and letting curiosity lead, and faith that all will be well. The next theme that came through, beyond the ordinary. The mystical, ineffable part of life, trusting in the invisible world without understanding it, recognizing that some things cannot be known in advance and are not meant to be grasped intellectually, and the awareness that everything is as it should be, even if it doesn't make sense. Your job is to stay the course, allowing whatever comes to be exactly as it will, without trying to ascertain anything in advance. Okay, so we're definitely seeing the connection here with what I received when I was channeling the angels. The next card that came through for your theme is a powerful move. The key concepts here are action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intentions, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. The time for rest is over, change is in the air. This is a powerful time when deliberate action is needed to move your intention out of the realm of thought and into the material, from idea into action. This theme really goes back to the energy of the 4 month, and that's just putting in the hard work to make things happen, whatever that means for you. And the last theme, a grand symphony. Inclusivity, being part of the whole, removing bias, seeing the interconnectedness of all, knowing that everything you do has a consequence, the end of division, unity, consciousness. I'm going to read part of this one because this one feels extra important. All of this is really tying back to what I channeled in the beginning from the angels. As human beings, we have a tendency to see ourselves as separate from others. You are facing a paradox today. Focus on being your unique self, for only you can bring your own special harmony to the symphony of the world. But equally, learn to be selfless and put we before me, seeing yourself as part of the consciousness that unifies us all. Step back and see the bigger picture. Can you fully embrace the concept of unity and diversity by celebrating all the notes in the symphony? So yeah, that really goes back to what the angels were telling me in the beginning when I was meditating on the energy for March. It feels like whatever is going to happen, or what has been happening with all of this disclosure and just all the world events, it just seems like it keeps getting crazier and crazier. And it's like, when is this going to freaking end? It can be exhausting, but We have to take a step back and really look at the bigger picture, the macro perspective, which can be really, really hard to do. But they're asking us to rise above and look at this higher perspective. The angels are just reminding me right now to share the story that I shared with my conscious community group chat. I just created this on Instagram. If you want to be a part of it, we have some really amazing, powerful women in this chat group, and we just talk about the energy and what's going on and what we're feeling, what we're moving through. And it's just a really high vibe, empowering community. So you can be a part of that. It's my Instagram is the.highvibe.soul. I shared this story last week of something that I moved through, and I'm feeling called to share the shortened version here. Basically, the concept was holding two truths at once, and how we've been so conditioned as a world to look at things, from childhood as black or white. This is right or wrong. This is good or bad. But there's always a third option. There's always a gray area. And I would argue that the gray is the highest perspective. So can you hold multiple truths? Can you look at the higher perspective and see all points of view? That's looking from source angelic perspective, right? My story of what happened with me is basically my two older kids had huge meltdowns at bedtime. They were super overtired from the week. I mean, epic proportions. Like my daughter cried for an hour straight, right as she's calming down. And mind you, we co-sleep. So it's like right as she's calming down, everyone's ready to go to bed. My son just loses it and he can't take it anymore. And I can feel he has so much pent-up emotion that he wants to let out, but he's kind of nervous because he knows it's bedtime. He knows we're exhausted. He knows we're just over this whole meltdown situation. And my husband and I, we just sat there through it all in silence and just held the space. And he looked at me and he goes, "I feel like I want to scream, Mom." And I'm like, "Well, I think that's what you need to do then. Just let it out." And he screamed and cried and kicked the wall for an hour straight until 9:30 on Friday night. And it was absolutely draining for my husband and me. But afterwards, I was just so proud of us because we just held the space. We didn't yell. Sometimes I cry when I get really overwhelmed. I didn't cry. I mean, we were just like this steady presence, these anchors for our kids, even though we were so frustrated, beyond frustrated. We wanted to go have our own time together. After that, I hugged Hudson when he was ready, and I was like, "I feel like you really needed that. I'm glad you felt safe to let out your emotions with me. Sometimes things get stuck in our body and we've got to move them out. And I'm just really proud that you did that, even though it's hard for all of us." And he was like, "Yeah." And I could tell he felt so much better. And then he's like, "Now I want daddy." He always wants daddy at the end. I'm like, "Okay." So then my husband went and chatted with him, and I could kind of hear them. And my husband just snuggled him to sleep. And I was just so proud of us. And I walked in the living room, like smiling, even though I was wiped out. Because I'm like, wow, I could not have done that earlier in motherhood. There's no freaking way. I don't think I could have done that even, I don't know, even 4 or 5 years ago. Like my capacity to hold space has expanded so much because of my kids and what I can handle. And my husband, no way he could have done that even a year ago. Honestly, his capacity has expanded so much just this last year. He'd done a lot of work to get there. So I was just feeling really proud of me, but especially my husband. And he came out of the room and I was just like, "Wow, babe, I'm like so proud of us. I'm so proud of you." And I said, "Man, you're such an incredible dad. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to have a dad like you, like how different that would have been growing up." And right after I said that, I had this huge wave of sadness come over me. And I was just like, "Whoa, what is this?" It was grief. And I realized, oh, it's because I didn't have that. I didn't have that safe space with my dad. My feelings were way too big. I either got yelled at, sent to my room, shamed, a lot of shaming. I had to hold it all in. I had to suppress it with my father. And it made me really sad for my own childhood. And I realized I can hold these two truths and it can be okay. I can be so proud and so happy of my husband for the father he is. And I can also be really sad and still grieve my childhood with my father. And I can hold that. I can hold it all. That's the paradox. So I really feel like that's what we're being asked to do more and more with what's going on in the world. Can we hold it all? We can't turn a blind eye to what's going on, which is what I used to do, because I was like, whoa, I'm too sensitive. I can't handle this. I'm just going to like shut it off and not know what's going on. That's not okay either. That's bypassing. We also don't have to plunge ourselves into the darkness and go into this anxiety and sadness spiral with it, because that's not okay either. There's a balance between the two. So can you hold it all? I feel like that is what we're being asked. Okay, moving on. Then I asked, what are your potential opportunities and potential challenges for March? And this is interesting. So for your potential challenge, we got the gateway, and it says open doors, opportunities, right timing. I'm like, why would that be a challenge? Let's read the description a little bit. The gateway is a guiding light for exciting new possibilities and opportunities that are rising within you and beckoning you forth. This card usually appears with a message of positive new beginnings and right timing. You're being invited to choose a new timeline for your expansion. Okay. Your gateway may come through a challenge you're facing. It could be a hard-earned dream coming to fruition, or it may simply be a key to your destiny appearing on your path. Saying yes to your gateway is saying yes to a higher desired outcome. Saying yes to the gateway is saying yes to your destiny, yes to your expansion. What new direction are you being called to take? And what new opportunity are you being called to embrace? Okay, so what really sticks out is the gateway could come through a challenge you're facing. That's interesting. And I do feel like every time I experience the greatest expansion, it's always been through a challenge. And it always ends up, now I can look at it as a blessing later down the line, but at the time it might not feel that way, right? So keep that in mind. For opportunity, what came through was this one, not forgotten, messages from spirit, unbroken connection. And this is the Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I know I jump around a lot. I just intuitively pick. When you receive this card, it could be a sign of your bond to a loved one who's passed, an unbroken connection that lasts beyond just this lifetime. Do you long to communicate with a loved one who's died? This card is a sign that you can continue to do so now. Speak to them throughout your day and be open to receiving messages from them. They may be subtle, but if you stay open, you might be surprised. If there's a particular person you've been longing to connect with, receiving this card is a way of them acknowledging your request. If this is new to you, consider ways you can nurture your connection with them. Ask them to send you a sign and be specific about what that sign will be. Perhaps put some time aside to light a candle and commune with them. Take this card as a sign of your love and connection to them. Oh, that's beautiful. You have to let me know how that goes. Okay. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different. I decided I got a new deck after this incredible retreat I went to, and I was just obsessed with this deck at the retreat. It's called the Oracle of Delphi, and it's just so magical as you can see if you're watching on YouTube as the cover. So I'm going to have you pick based on, we'll do a color. So I want you to close your eyes, and if you're not a visual person, that's okay. You might hear the color or you might just know. But I want you to pick your final message, your personal message, based on either gold, blue, or purple. Gold, blue, or purple. So this is a final message for you. If you picked gold, I'm going to share the message with you. This beautiful card. It says faith, faith, hope, anticipate, aspire, foresee. You are entering a new phase of life. Step up with strong belief in your inborn and learned abilities. Be certain of your own capacity to move forward fearlessly. Your crystal clear vision guides you forward on your golden pathway. Tap into the utmost influence of faith, hope, and love. If you're finding it challenging to embody your self-trust, rely on the higher power of universal love. You are supported in every move. The universe has you covered. It is safe to follow through with your new plans. When you lead with your heart and self-assurance, everything will fall into place. Be brave and get out of your comfort zone. Take the first step in faith, trusting the next step will magically appear as you sense your way forward. You are a leader of light. Do not stay in places you've outgrown. Pioneer, jump forward with faith in action. Leave the past in the past. Stop worrying about the future as you only have the present. Divine timing is a powerful force that synchronizes opportunities. Trust your life is unfolding in a meaningful way and try not to control it. Deep down, you know what you want for yourself. Stop fixating on the future or regretting the past. This is your time to soar. You've been waiting for this moment. Step up now. And here is your activation affirmation. I flow with faith. I trust the divine supports my every move. My confidence builds with every step. That goes so nicely with the uncharted territory. So I'm really curious, whoever got this, what's next for you? What are you jumping into? This sounds exciting. If you picked blue, I have your card here. It's the Lovers card. It says lovers, unite, desire, cherish, caress. If you are in a relationship, this may mean a reawakening of your passion, or that a further commitment is unfolding for you. You're being called to fully embrace each other. Wholehearted love requires vulnerability and complete surrender. Your sacred union is infused with a profound spiritual connection. True love evolves with deep commitment and care. This message may also signify that you cannot force a loving connection. It is not about you. If the stars are not aligning with a current love interest, do not take it personally. Embody the loving qualities you want in your relationships. Self-devotion is a magnet for boundless passion, love, and spiritual union. Clarify how you want to feel in your relationships and only stay where you are valued, heard, seen, and respected. You deserve a love that is pure, true, and unconditional. Love yourself enough to know when it is time to let go of a connection that brings you more sorrow than joy. Get crystal clear about the non-negotiable values you want to share. Your alignment affirmation. I attune to the highest vibration of love. I embody the qualities I want to attract into my love life. Meaningful connections deepen my love quest. Ooh. Okay. And if you picked purple, your card is the Mystic. Know, seek, contemplate, philosophize. Discover your why and merge with your magical pathway. Once you know your core values, choices and directions are easily made. Expand your state of consciousness to communicate with the divine or to connect with your own intuition. You may be on the hunt for more meaning in your life. Embrace this yearning. It is an evolutionary shift. As your natural curiosity expands, so does your conscious understanding. With your heightened awareness, you become more sensitive to the interconnectedness and synchronicity between the physical and spiritual world. Trust in your everlasting connection to universal wisdom. You may be receiving spiritual signs designed to help you on your journey and create a proactive plan. So open your eyes. With faith in the natural order and divine timing, know that everything is unfolding for you with a sacred purpose, even if right now some parts seem unclear. The mystic's quest is not so much about becoming anything, but more about unbecoming everything that does not truly resonate deep inside. Oh my gosh, I can relate to that so much. Trust in your psychic knowing to make sense of life's mysteries. Steer clear of beliefs and concepts that do not ring true. Step confidently on your soul's path with your vision and values in mind. Don't worry so much about the right path to take, as there are many routes to your desired destination. I cannot tell you the number of times I've gotten that message personally. There are certain things that I feel like are just predestined, and you'll get there regardless of what path you take. It might be a longer path or a shorter path or a more high vibrational path, a lower vibrational path, but you'll get there. In the alignment affirmation, I am initiated into spiritual mysteries that give my life meaning and purpose. Living with mystery excites my soul. Trust the signs. You already know the answers are within. Interesting. Okay, I can relate to that one on so many levels if you got the Mystic. been there so many times. And then the last thing I want to share is if you are feeling like, I don't know how to clear my energy and I don't know how to tune in my heart, I don't know how to clear all the noise in my head, I have a bunch of meditations that can help you. I'm going to link a few below. The Connect with Your Higher Self meditation, you should definitely be doing that. That's connecting with your soul self. I have a few energy clearing meditations that people have had really, really powerful responses to. I personally do them every single day. I think that's a non-negotiable, and you don't have to be an energy healer to do it, but you can just press play and listen to it and it'll do its thing. The 6-minute energy cleanse is in my newsletter sign up. It's a very quick version, but it's great if you're like in the car, just getting ready and you just need something really fast. That one you will get when you sign up for my newsletter. So I will link that below as well. And then I will keep you posted, but I have an angelic energy healing meditation because that's the type of energy healing I do in my sessions. I created this meditation. I've been meaning to edit it for so long, and I've been getting the message like, you've got to get that out this month. So I will actually get that out for free this month. So stay tuned. I will make sure to upload that on every platform. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know how February landed for you and what you have coming in March. It seems like really exciting stuff. It seems like there's a lot of unknowns. Just trust in the way everything's unfolding and have faith. And also really just stabilize your foundations, mind, body, spirit, career, family, relationship, all of it. It feels like this is just a very foundational month for us for our time going forward into this year. So with that being said, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to the High Vibe Soul podcast. Your support means the world to me. So if you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, subscribe, and share with a loved one. Sign up for my newsletter and receive 2 free high vibe meditations straight to your inbox. And for more ways to work with me, click the links in the show notes. I would love to hear from you, so send me a message on my Instagram at the.highvibe.soul, and I'll see you next time.